Archangel Michael revealed what will happen at midnight on June 10th. You can't miss this. Open it now. At exactly midnight on June 10th, a gate will open, not made by human hands, not held by earthly hinges, but suspended in the invisible realm where time and eternity intertwine. The veil will be pulled back, revealing what has been concealed from the natural eye. And only those who are spiritually attuned, only those who have been marked by obedience, stillness, and divine hunger, only they will hear the call. This is not a season for the crowd. This is not a moment for the masses. This is a call for the appointed. Archangel Michael, commander of the heavenly hosts, has been dispatched, not with a whisper, but with a decree. He does not come alone. He arrives with scrolls, with judgment, with warfare, and with protection. The heavens are rumbling, and there is movement in the spirit realm. You have felt it. You have sensed it. You have seen glimpses in your dreams, strange occurrences, a rising tension that has yet to make sense. It is not random. It is not imagined. The midnight hour of June 10th is the appointed time, and heaven is drawing a line. A transfer is coming. A spiritual shift. What was once locked is about to be unlocked. What was once hidden is about to be revealed. But there is a condition. Heaven requires stillness. Heaven requires silence. Heaven requires complete obedience. The casual will miss this. The distracted will walk right past it. But to the one who has been positioned, the one who has endured the silence, the delay, the warfare, this is your moment. And not everyone will like it. There is a watcher of this message whose spirit has already been marked. You are not watching by accident. Your spirit has been tugged. Your mind has been restless. The night hours have become heavier. You've been feeling something breaking open, and now it all makes sense. The tension, the warfare, the weariness. It was never just about what you lost. It was about what heaven was preparing to give. June 10th is not an ordinary date. Midnight on that day will split the atmosphere. There is a sound that only the chosen can hear. It's the sound of angelic movement. It's the sound of locks turning in the spirit. And while the world sleeps, heaven is preparing a divine unveiling. You've been set apart. And now the realm of heaven is responding to your cry, your silence, and your endurance. You were not abandoned. You were being aligned. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 666 is now surrounding you. There are moments in time when heaven refuses to remain silent. And this is one of those moments. Archangel Michael has broken the stillness. He has interrupted the noise of this world to deliver a word sealed by divine urgency. He interrupts your timeline. Yes, you, listening to this, watching this, sensing a fire rising within your chest. You were pulled here by more than curiosity. You were summoned by the Spirit. And now you stand on the edge of something holy, something timed by heaven's clock, not man's. Listen to the whisper underneath. These words, within the next 72 hours, everything will begin to shift. The hourglass in heaven has already been turned. The countdown is not metaphorical, it is spiritual. The realm of the Spirit is counting seconds. And though you are not late, you are dangerously close to missing the appointed gate. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Do not scroll past this moment. The very fact that these words have found you means you've been targeted by divine attention. The heavens have marked your coordinates. There is a spiritual siren sounding, not heard with ears, but with discernment. Can you feel it? The subtle weight pressing on your chest, the tightening in your spirit. the sudden stillness that demands your awareness. It is the voice of God saying, prepare yourself. Prepare your mind. Prepare your house. Prepare your posture. Something is about to be released. Something destined, something delayed, something delivered in silence, now scheduled for manifestation. Midnight on June 10th is not an ordinary hour. It is a divine release point. Archangel Michael declares, the gate will open and only the obedient will step through. Heaven is not interested in your popularity. Heaven is not impressed by titles, performances, or your online persona. Heaven is measuring obedience. Heaven is weighing posture. Heaven is examining your stillness in this hour. Were you waiting in silence, or were you scrolling in distraction? Were you praying in surrender, or fighting for control? You know. You felt the difference in the air. Time has felt off. Sleep has been disturbed. People you once trusted have suddenly grown cold. Dreams have intensified. Coincidences have stacked up. Words spoken by strangers have echoed with eerie accuracy. This is not ordinary interference. This is prophetic alignment. You weren't brought here to be inspired. You were brought here to be awakened. You've been sensing something, haven't you? An invisible pressure. A pull. An alertness in your soul that you couldn't explain. It's the same force that woke you in the night, that stirred your thoughts even when nothing seemed wrong. That's because this is not a battle of reason. It is a battle of realm. Something divine is in motion, and you're on heaven's watch list. Michael says, the battle lines have been drawn. The moment has been timed, and the gate is about to open. This message is not general. This message is not casual. It is targeted, tailored, time for you. The one who felt like you were being overlooked. The one who's been faithful but frustrated. The one who has prayed quietly, fasted secretly, warred internally. Heaven heard. Heaven saw. And now heaven responds. Your name is in the air. Angels are moving. The realm of darkness senses something shifting around you. This is why you've been under attack. This is why familiar people have acted strange. This is why your spirit has been pacing, agitated and alert. You are approaching the midnight hour of transformation. And it is not random. It is written. You were drawn here by divine arrangement. Do not dismiss this. Do not reason this away. The Spirit of God is calling you into position for what is about to be revealed. Stillness is your strategy. Obedience is your protection. Silence is your sword. Heaven doesn't need your defense. It needs your surrender. And June 10th approaches. Prepare to separate. Prepare to listen more than you speak. Fast from unnecessary noise. This is not the hour for exposure. It is the hour for alignment. The clock is prophetic. And when it strikes 12, something will unlock that no human hand can shut. You've been found by a heavenly messenger. Michael stands watch, sword drawn, decree sealed. And now the time has come. The heavens say, you were born for this moment. And this moment was time for your revealing. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Something has felt off lately, hasn't it? You noticed it, but you couldn't name it. The conversations that suddenly feel hollow. The glances that linger a second too long. The people you used to trust, now strangely silent, and usually distant, almost rehearsed in their warmth. The atmosphere around you has changed, and deep in your spirit, you know it's not random. It's not your imagination. It's warfare dressed in smiles. There are whispers behind your back, subtle betrayals wrapped in polite tone. You hear your name, not spoken aloud, but echoed in the atmosphere. A strange tension follows you into rooms that used to feel safe. You sense something. You sense someone. It's not paranoia. It's prophetic discernment awakening. Because you, chosen one, are stepping into your unveiling, and not everyone around you can handle what's being revealed. Archangel Michael comes bearing this warning. They see the light forming over your life, but they don't understand the fire that forged it. Their confusion has turned into quiet resentment. They watch you, but they don't watch to celebrate you. They watch to measure you. They watch to mimic, to calculate, to judge. And yet, they can't comprehend why doors are opening for you. They can't understand why heaven keeps speaking your name. The reason you've been drained is not just emotional. It's spiritual. The unrest, the distractions, the constant feeling of being unsettled, like something is about to happen. It is because you've been walking through unseen fire. This is the type of fire that doesn't burn skin. It burns patterns, attachments, and false alignments. And it's exposing things. It's exposing people. They're not showing you their true faces, but your spirit sees. You know when their words don't match their energy. You know when something is being hidden in plain sight. This is the mystery Michael wants you to be aware of. The enemy has entered your inner circle, not with weapons but with charm, not with threats but with counterfeit peace. And now, heaven is calling it out, not to scare you, but to prepare you. You are not losing your mind. You are not overreacting. You are awakening to divine truth. The warfare around you is intensifying because the spiritual gate is nearing. And when that clock strikes midnight on June 10th, there will be no more time for pretending. Masks will fall. True intentions will be revealed. The hidden plots against your peace will crumble. And you must be ready, not with retaliation but with revelation. Michael says, you felt it because your spirit outran their facade. Do not second-guess yourself anymore. That strange unease, that emotional exhaustion, that constant pull toward silence, it was heaven's strategy to protect you. You've been kept from certain conversations for a reason. You've been pulled away from certain people because they were no longer aligned with your calling. This isolation with never punishment, it with preparation. And now, in the final hours before the gate opens, you must walk in divine awareness. Do not confront. Do not expose. Do not seek closure. The Spirit is your vindicator. Heaven is handling what you cannot see. But you must stay alert. You must protect your peace like it is sacred ground, because it is. What they know is that something shifted. What they don't know is how much. What they can't know is how far you're about to rise. That's why the distractions are intensifying. That's why the attacks are getting more subtle. You are walking through the fog of falsehoods, but you will emerge in fire. And when midnight strikes, those who once studied you from the shadows will have no choice but to witness your elevation in the light. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the Support Here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for exclusive prophetic updates, spiritual strategies, and divine insight time for your season. Type I am divinely aligned in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 7755 is now unfolding over you. You are not under attack because of who you are. You are under attack because of who you're becoming. What's happening around you right now is not personal. It's prophetic. The tension, the betrayal, the silent warfare, it is not a mistake. It is heaven's confirmation that you are transitioning from one spiritual dimension to another. And that transition is what has activated resistance. Archangel Michael reveals, you are in the storm not because of failure, but because of favor. Every great unveiling begins in pressure, and you have been under pressure. But let this truth settle into your soul. The pressure is proof. The discomfort is divine evidence that your season is shifting. You've been called out of camouflage. You've been pulled out of the crowd. And heaven is announcing you're next. But with every divine announcement comes demonic reaction. You are not battling people. You are battling principalities. You are not fighting friends. You are confronting familiar spirits. They are unsettled by your progress, agitated by your persistence, frustrated by your favor. What looks like emotional conflict is actually spiritual warfare disguised in relational form. They don't hate you. They hate what God is doing through you. This is why you felt like you can't explain yourself. This is why your words fall flat. This is why you've been silent. Because your silence has been strategic. Your silence has been a spiritual weapon. It's not weakness. It's wisdom. And now heaven is watching how you respond. Because how you carry yourself in this hour determines what gate opens at midnight. You are being measured in the spirit. Every time you chose peace over pettiness, every time you withheld a response, every time you went low in prayer instead of rising in ego, you passed another test. The angels are documenting your decisions. Archangel Michael is overseeing the response of heaven based on your posture. You are not losing. You are not stuck. You are passing through fire, and fire always reveals what's gold. The pressure you're under is not crushing you, it's crowning you. Heaven has permitted this discomfort, not to punish you, but to pull you into alignment. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. The distractions are falling away. The false friends are being removed. The atmosphere is being cleared for what heaven wants to deliver. And here's the divine irony. The very attack that tried to break you will be the platform that reveals you. The pain they caused will preach your testimony. The rejection they gave will push you into royalty. Archangel Michael reminds you, angels are watching. And your next level depends on how you finish this test. Don't flinch. Don't fold. Don't retaliate. Walk in silent authority. Stand in spiritual confidence. Hold your peace. Heaven fights for those who posture in obedience. Your reward is not delayed. It's being finalized. The file has already been opened. The release is scheduled. But your reaction must remain pure. This is not about them. It's about your calling. You are being elevated without apology. And the moment they thought would destroy you will become the very testimony that builds others. You are walking out of obscurity and into spiritual visibility. And heaven is backing your every step. Type I am rising in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 9911 is now activated. The midnight of June 10th has already been marked in the spirit. This is not just a shift. It is a spiritual intersection, where decisions trigger destinies, and alignments either unlock access or provoke judgment. Heaven does not deal in coincidences. The very hour has been recorded. It is a divine timestamp. Something is scheduled to happen, and Archangel Michael has seen the preparations. A circle is gathering, but not in the open. It is not loud. It is not announced. It is silent, shadowed but very real. In the spirit realm, Michael sees meetings being held in secret, conversations coded in deception. He sees a movement, individuals aligning, words being rehearsed, strategies being formed. These are not mere earthly whispers. These are summonings, responses to a spiritual scent they have picked up. You are being discussed. You are being studied. And Michael says, be still. Do not move prematurely. Heaven has shown files being opened, not by human hands, but by celestial authority. Scrolls are unraveling. Assignments are being reviewed. There are pages of your life, sealed chapters, that are now being prepared for manifestation. This is why you've felt time bending, why you've been restless, why the air around you has grown thick. It's because a moment has been decided, and the adversary knows it. Archangel Michael releases this word. Someone is about to say something that shifts everything. Pay attention. What will come next may appear sudden, but it has been spiritually orchestrated. The confrontation is near, not by your hand, but by divine timing. And when it comes, you must not initiate it. Do not be lured into emotional reaction. Do not be provoked. Do not try to explain, defend, or confront. Because this is not about them. This is about you. This is about how you posture in this spiritual courtroom. The adversary is trying to bait you into disqualifying yourself from the elevation that heaven has already marked. But Archangel Michael warns, do not answer the door they are knocking on. There is a divine silence that you must adopt now. Not a silence of fear, but of holy stillness. The kingdom of darkness is watching for your movement, hoping to trigger a reaction. But when you remain still, you confuse their strategy. Your obedience becomes your shield. Your silence becomes your sword. This is not the time to post. It's not the time to vent. It's not the time to circle back for closure or dig through old wounds. It's the time to prepare for prophetic shift. The confrontation will come, but your instructions are clear. Stand still and watch what heaven does. The next 72 hours are spiritually sensitive. The gate is opening, but the enemy is also activating old tactics, old temptations, familiar voices, misplaced emotions. Beware. You are walking on prophetic ground, and every step matters. You are being tested, and this is not a drill. Type I will be still in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1010 has just been released over your life. Be still, Michael commands, for the battle is not yours. This battle, the silence, this pressure, this confusion, it's not yours to fight. It's not yours to explain. You are not called to be loud. You are called to be aligned. Heaven does not need your volume. Heaven needs your posture. There is divine protection hovering over you now. Wings of fire surround your dwelling, and yet many will not see it. Because this protection is not physical, it is positional. Your safety is hidden in your obedience. Your breakthrough is hidden in your stillness. A war being fought for you is not visible. It is angelic. It is aerial. It is intense. And it is active. Archangel Michael and the armies of heaven have already engaged on your behalf. The moment you said, "Yes, Lord," the swords were drawn. And now, the Spirit is saying, "Let me finish what you started in faith." You must not intervene. You must not try to orchestrate outcomes or manipulate timing. This is not about performance. This is about trust. Your only role now is to observe, not to fix, not to fight. The divine outcome depends not on your effort, but on your surrender. There is power in restraint. Speak less. Listen more. Observe everything. God is revealing truths in patterns. He is exposing intentions in silence. He is allowing people to reveal themselves, not for your reaction, but for your redirection. And while it feels like nothing is happening on the surface, everything is happening beneath it. Stillness is not inactivity. Stillness is your most aggressive spiritual strategy in this hour. Archangel Michael urges you to hide yourself in prayer. Not shallow prayers, not desperate begging, but deep, reverent prayer that aligns your spirit with heaven's movement. Sit in silence. Let the Lord speak. Let the Spirit settle. This is where your instructions will be downloaded. You are being preserved. Let that settle in you. You are not merely being protected from danger. You are being preserved for divine purpose. The delay was not denial. The silence was not abandonment. The warfare was not punishment. It was all protection by positioning. Every weapon formed against you was seen before it was ever launched. And because you remained under heaven's command, not one of them shall prosper. Their words may have reached your ears, but they will not reach your destiny. Their accusations may have wounded your soul, but they will not wound your future. You are surrounded. You are shielded. You are being led, not left. The posture of this hour is quiet authority. You do not need to scream to shift things. You do not need to be loud to be heard in the courts of heaven. When you align, you activate. When you obey, you unleash angels. When you remain still, you allow heaven to war in your place. Your posture is your proof. Your silence is your seed. What you don't say in this season will speak louder than any defense, because God is speaking on your behalf. Let them misunderstand. Let them guess. Let them watch, because heaven is orchestrating a divine reversal, and you are the center of it. Michael stands at your right hand, and where he is positioned, no enemy can penetrate. You are safe. You are seen. You are shielded. This is your season to say less, pray more, and trust deeper. Type "I am protected" in the comments if you receive this message. Lesson code 3344 is surrounding you now. You are no longer who they remember. Something inside you has shifted, quietly, completely, and without apology. You did not post it. You did not announce it. You did not explain it. But heaven witnessed it. You've been rising, silently. While they were measuring your silence as weakness, heaven was marking it as wisdom. While they thought you were retreating, you were actually reforming. And now, the version of you that hell tried to silence is about to be revealed, without introduction, without permission, and without delay. The pressure you've endured wasn't to crush you, it was to calibrate you. They don't know how many nights you cried and still got up in the morning like nothing was broken. They don't know the war inside your mind, the heaviness you carried when no one noticed. But the heavens noticed. Michael noticed. The angels have seen you keep walking even when your legs were shaking. They've watched you surrender again and again when you had every reason to quit. And now that pressure is producing something eternal, you are growing wings. Not physical but spiritual. Wings forged in rejection. Wings born in silence. Wings shaped by betrayal, disappointments, and delays. The very things sent to bury you have become the soil for your anointing. Every overlooked moment, every back turned, every slammed door, it all added to your rise. And the time of explaining yourself is over. Archangel Michael speaks. Do not try to convince anyone of what God is doing. They will see it, and they will see it without your assistance. You are ascending, not in noise but in favor. This next level of elevation will not require validation. It will be sealed in manifestation. This is why the isolation grew deeper. This is why the loneliness intensified. Heaven had to separate you from familiar affirmations so you could hear divine instruction. Because you can't carry a prophetic mantle while still craving public approval. What you're carrying requires solitude. It demands stillness. It produces consecration. And now the fire you've been walking through is finishing its final work. You are not just anointed, you are refined. The flames did not kill you. They forged you. Your character is different. Your thoughts are sharper. Your discernment has increased. You don't react the same. You don't speak like you used to. And because of that, heaven is releasing access that was previously held back. This transformation wasn't just about protection. It was about preparation. Because what you're stepping into requires strength. Not physical strength, but spiritual strength. Emotional strength. The kind of strength that doesn't flinch when familiar faces walk away. The kind that doesn't panic when doors close. The kind that doesn't beg for tables, because it knows heaven builds them in the presence of your enemies. You've been hidden, but you were never forgotten. There is a quiet thunder forming behind you. Not chaos, but confirmation. Not noise, but divine echo. The Spirit is sending ripples through your atmosphere that others will soon feel. The same people who overlooked you will suddenly be compelled to watch. But you won't need their attention. You won't need their applause. You won't even need their presence. Michael says, "You've risen without announcement." Let those words settle into your soul. You didn't have to prove it. You didn't have to post it. You didn't have to market your miracle. You simply became what they never saw coming. And now, they will see it. Not because you shouted, but because God lifted you. Type "I have risen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 4488 is activated over your life. At midnight, the scrolls will be opened, and among them, your name is written. It has not been erased. It has not been skipped. It has not been overlooked. Heaven knows your name. And on June 10th at the appointed hour, the realm of eternity will mention you aloud. Not in secret, not in passing, but with deliberate power. Because what you endured in silence is about to be rewarded in public. You see, the spiritual realm has recorded every tear you couldn't explain, every moment you worshipped with a broken heart, every battle you chose not to fight so that your hands could remain clean. These were not wasted. These were seeds. And now, the season of reward is arriving. Midnight is the moment of divine handoff. Michael has seen it. The records are being unsealed. The angels are aligning. Assignments are shifting. And your name, yes, your name, is on the next scroll of movement. This isn't about replacement. This is about release. The blockages are lifting. The restraints are breaking. The gates are opening. What you thought was delayed is now being handed to you in full. But let this be known. Your promotion is not just positional. It is prophetic. You are not being elevated to impress. You are being elevated to influence. What you've been through has made you usable. What you've lost has made you lethal in the spirit. The humility you gained has made you trustworthy in the kingdom. You've been qualified in private. And now, heaven is releasing you into public purpose. You are being handed what others tried to withhold. Every space you were excluded from, Heaven is now calling you into. Every table you were denied, God is now preparing before your enemies. You are not climbing in desperation. You are walking in revelation. You are not striving for access. You are carrying favor. Michael declares, what was blocked is now being loosened. Do not second-guess this moment. Do not delay in doubt. This is not just a word. It is your window. The prophetic portal is opening at midnight. And if your heart is ready, if your spirit is postured, if your obedience remains intact, what is yours will come with speed. They tried to provoke you into forfeiting it, but instead, their provocation became your promotion. Every false accusation, every whispered lie, every attempt to distract, it all backfired, because the hand of God was upon you. And now, the same hand is reaching down to lift you, to place you, to establish you. This is your transition to divine elevation. You are no longer walking in delay. You are no longer navigating detours. You are stepping into divine fulfillment. And no force in hell, no weapon formed, no plot crafted, no name cursed can stand against what God has declared over your life. It is being transferred. It is being announced. It is being finalized. At midnight, heaven will move, and your life will never be the same. If this message is striking your spirit, and you want to help us keep releasing more divine insight, consider giving a super thanks. Your support of even $20 helps us continue bringing prophetic words to those who need it most. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for powerful revelations, spiritual warnings, and divine instructions, so you never miss a gate like this again. Type I am ready for transfer in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1233 has now opened around your name. This is the moment where you must decide. Not later. Not tomorrow. Now. The heavens are not waiting on permission. They are waiting on your participation. June 10th at midnight is not a concept. It's not just symbolic. It is a divine collision point where purpose and obedience meet. And someone watching this right now is standing at the edge of a holy unveiling. But it will require your agreement. Declare it now. I accept what heaven has for me. Not just with your mouth, but with your movement. This is the hour where destiny demands alignment. On target. Not planning. Not passive belief. But movement. Holy, fearless, prophetic action. You prayed. You fasted. You've cried. You waited. And now, the heavens are saying, rise. Move. Activate. There are promises hovering over your life like clouds full of rain. But they will not pour unless you speak, unless you posture, unless you say, yes, Lord. The spiritual gate is not passive. It requires activation. Your faith is not just a shield. It is a key. And keys must be turned. This moment will not wait for your convenience. This moment will not slow down for your doubts. Heaven does not move at the pace of fear. It moves at the rhythm of faith. And the only way to unlock the scrolls assigned to your name is to step into obedience. Write the vision. Journal what you feel in this moment. Mark the revelation. Fast in preparation. Pray without ceasing. Because every action in obedience now becomes a magnet for divine release. You are being watched, not by man but by the courts of heaven. Angels have been assigned to you, but they will not move ahead of your command. Your yes is not just permission. It is activation. You must speak what you want to see. You must decree what you've been afraid to declare. You must walk as though it's already done, because in the Spirit, it is. Heaven has already decided. Now earth must respond. Don't wait for another sign. Don't look for another confirmation. This message is your confirmation. The atmosphere has already shifted. The ground beneath your spirit is no longer the same. Everything from this moment forward is prophetic terrain. What you say now, what you do now, how you move now, it matters. You are no longer in preparation mode. You are in activation mode. A dream you've been afraid to pursue. Activate it. That ID you've been sitting on. Activate it. That prayer assignment you've been avoiding. Activate it. This is not the time to shrink. This is the time to step into the fullness of what God has revealed. You were not born to be passive. You were not created to live in hesitation. You carry too much anointing, too much wisdom, too much warfare-tested glory to sit back now. The time is now. The gate is ready. And your name is written. Heaven does not reward fear. Heaven rewards obedience. Destiny does not wait for convenience. It arrives in consecration. And consecration looks like movement. Speak it. Write it. Declare it. Live it. Heaven is responding. There is no more delay. There is only decision. Type "I am activated" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 7070 is now unlocking your spiritual assignment. While you were weeping, something holy was happening. While you were sleeping, heaven was negotiating on your behalf. Not in front of you, not with your involvement, but in the stillness of the night, the courtroom of heaven convened. And in your absence, a divine exchange was made. Your tears were not ignored. Your silence was not wasted. Your surrender was not forgotten. Archangel Michael declares, heaven has traded for you. In a realm of the Spirit, there is movement we don't see. And on your behalf, a sacred transaction occurred. Something was taken. Something was offered. Something was returned. And now, as June 10th approaches, the exchange is nearing its full release. This is why your spirit had been restless. This is why sleep has felt disrupted. You are feeling the ripple of what was finalized in the realm you cannot see. The angels did not come to comfort you. They came to petition for you. They went to the high courts of eternity with the evidence of your obedience. They stood before the throne with scrolls of your intercession. And while others mocked your silence, heaven was writing your restoration. While others talked behind your back, heaven was declaring your return. This exchange was not noisy. It was sacred. And now, as the appointed hour nears, you are beginning to feel it in your soul. The uneasiness, the urgency, the spiritual tension. It's because your atmosphere has been altered. Your spirit knows that something is about to shift. And it's not external, it's eternal. You gave God your pay. And in return, He gave you purpose. You handed heaven your confusion. And heaven gave you clarity. You surrendered your vengeance. And heaven gave you visibility. You traded silence for sanctification. Isolation for impartation. And now, what was stolen in the dark is being returned in full. But not just returned, it's being upgraded. The enemy thought he buried you in silence, but heaven buried you in glory. The Spirit is now wrapping around you. The mantle that others didn't see is resting on your shoulders. And as the midnight hour approaches, the final wave of the exchange will be completed. What they took with lies, God is returning with justice. What they removed with rejection, God is restoring with reverence. And this time, it won't come through people, it will come through power. Do not be surprised when old spaces no longer fit you. Do not be alarmed when old relationships begin to fade without closure. This is not abandonment, it's spiritual completion. The version of you that existed before the exchange has expired. You are now walking in a different frequency. You are now carrying heaven's evidence. And when the hour strikes 12, you will feel the shift tangibly. The weight in your chest will lift. The veil over your eyes will break. The heaviness in your soul will release. Because the trade has been completed. The exchange has been accepted. And the result? You emerge reborn. Michael stands by as the watcher of the gate. He ensures that what has been given to you will not be stolen again. He guards the scrolls. He protects the mantle. He oversees the transaction. And when the gate opens, you will be ready, not because you fought, but because you surrendered. This is the mystery of the silent exchange. While the world saw nothing, heaven saw everything. And now, the results are irreversible. Type "I receive the exchange" in the comments if this message is yours. Blessing code 2299 has now completed the transaction in your favor. Justice is not delayed. It is divinely scheduled. While you were mourning in private, while you were surviving betrayal, while you were biding your tongue when you had every reason to fight back, heaven was documenting everything. Every whisper, every plot, every seed of jealousy sown in secret, had been weighed in the courts of the Most High. And now, Archangel Michael steps forward with a prophetic decree. What they sowed in secret, they will reap in the open. The hour of reversal is not coming. It is already in motion. And you will not have to announce it. You will not have to force it. You will not even need to explain it. God has orchestrated this justice with precision. It will arrive exactly on time. Not early. Not late. Midnight on June 10th will mark the spiritual turning point. What once looked like failure will now become favor. What once felt like loss will now be labeled as leverage. Because God is balancing the scales, and He is doing it in public. This justice is not about revenge. It is about redemption. It is about the restoration of what was taken, and the multiplication of what was delayed. For every tear you cried behind closed doors, God is preparing double honor. For every season you endured in silence, God is issuing loud rewards. You were not overlooked. You were hidden. You were not forgotten. You were preserved. And now, you are being revealed. Those who lied on you are about to watch you be lifted. Those who weaponize your name are about to witness your elevation. The same mouths that cursed you will be compelled, by heaven itself, to bless you. Not because they've changed, but because God has ruled. This is the justice of the righteous. He vindicates without asking your enemies for permission. There will be no debate. There will be no confusion. When this reversal hits, even your critics will be silent. Because what's coming will bear heaven's signature, marked with glory, drenched in divine fingerprints, and sealed with finality. Michael reminds you, their betrayal triggered your visibility in heaven. The attack against you was the alarm that alerted the angels. The gossip was the incense that reached the throne. The rejection was the signal that heaven responded to. I meant it for evil, but God meant it for reformation. Every plot was a setup. Every delay was divine construction. Every weapon that formed has now been rendered powerless by decree. Justice has already begun. Can you feel it? That weight lifting from your chest isn't random. That clarity returning to your mind isn't accidental. It's a sign. The Spirit is reversing the residue of every wrongful accusation, every spiritual arrow, every emotional ambush. You are being purified, not just for peace, but for power. And here's the truth. The ones who doubted you will one day depend on what God built through you. You will feed the very people who tried to starve your purpose. But you will do it out of pride, you'll do it out of power. Because this reversal is not just about you. It's about the kingdom. This is why you couldn't retaliate. This is why you had to endure quietly. Because heaven was working. And now, your justice is in full view. If this message confirms what your spirit has already felt, consider sowing a super thanks. Your gift of $5 goes a long way in helping us continue bringing these prophetic revelations to those who need them most. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the Support Here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Make sure to subscribe to this channel right now to receive direct access to future prophetic updates, urgent spiritual insights, and heavenly strategies designed just for your season. You don't want to miss what heaven says next. Type God is my justice in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 4411 is now operating in your favor. This is not your ending. This is your reintroduction. Heaven has redefined your story, realigned your steps, and remarked your name. You are not who you were before the fire. You are not who they remember from before the silence. You have emerged, sealed, strengthened, sent. The battles did not make you bitter. They made you better. The pressure did not crush you. It crowned you. And now, you walk in a mantle not given by man, but by divine ordination. Archangel Michael stands beside you, not as a messenger, but as a witness. He witnessed the nights you didn't think you'd survive. He stood watch as your tears fell like intercessions. He guarded the gates while you slept through spiritual warfare. He shielded your name when demons whispered it in darkness. And now, he affirms this truth. You have passed the test. You are ready for manifestation. June 10th at midnight is not just a time, it is your threshold. When that hour strikes, the shift will be irreversible. The elevation will be untouchable. What God places in your hand, no man can remove. The doors that open will not be able to be shut. The favor that falls will not be able to be mocked. This is the reward of the righteous. This is the inheritance of those who endure. Your name is now wrapped in light. Your assignment is sealed in fire. You are fold covered, anointed, protected, and appointed. You will no longer explain. You will no longer beg. You will no longer wait for validation. Heaven has spoken. That is enough. Say it aloud, right where you are. Midnight marks my moment of manifestation. Let that declaration reverberate in your atmosphere. Speak it in faith. Write it on your walls. Journal it. Pray it. Live it. Because heaven has placed your name into the next scroll of release. Angels are dispatched. The veil is torn. The time is here. You don't have to force it. You just have to walk in it. No striving. No fear. Yes, surrender. Just movement. The oil on your life has matured. The crown on your head fits now. The silence birthed the strategy. And now, heaven is announcing you, not with noise but with glory. You are not late. You are on schedule. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are not breaking down. You are breaking through. And every enemy, every lie, every delay, every detour, It all bows at the feet of divine authority now resting on your shoulders. You were chosen. You are covered. You are commissioned. Walk boldly. Rest deeply. Move prophetically. Midnight belongs to you now. Type I receive the final seal in the comments if you feel this closing word. Blessing code 5555 is upon your life.